Today we're unboxing the Meteor75 Pro HDZero edition. I'm excited to do this. It's my first time using HDZero in a while, and this is probably going to be one of the last chances that I give HDZero, because now I've gone through, I don't know if it's the boards that died or the cameras that died, and that's not on like the company's Happy Model or Beta FPV. It would be nice if they did have replacement cameras too, but they build this, they get the part, and that's what they got, right? I'm going to see if it binds with my HDZero right away, and if it does, I'm not going to mess with it or update any firmware or anything. If it doesn't, then I'm going to have a separate video that's going to teach you how to update the firmware and be able to do that. But at this point, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm hoping that it will connect with my HDZero VRX. Then we're going to do our maiden flight and give you my initial thoughts. Then later we'll come back and do a more long-term thing. I'm also going to be taking my old camera and testing it on this, and probably testing this camera on the other board to find out if it was the board that's broken or the camera. And these are the things that we do with FPV, because you never know. When there's a board and a camera, it could be the camera, it could be the board, it could be the MIPI cable. So you got to be able to play around and test with all those things. You don't want to get frustrated and just throw things away. Are you ready to rip it apart? Okay, you rip it apart, baby. Oh, very nice. Okay, so now you gotta open it up nice here. Yeah, okay.
Hey, this is a speaker.
No, it's not a speaker. Come on, shake it, make it come out. There you go. Boom! Nice job. So, show us each thing that's in the package one by one. Okay, so here we have, what is it? We have spare propellers and a screwdriver. We love our charger, and it looks like inside the bag they gave us. Just wait, one thing at a time, okay? They gave us the thing you use to update the HDZero. Now I have 3 of these guys, so that means I can charge 6 batteries at a time, and I don't need a fancy charger anymore. This, I'm pretty sure, is to update the HDZero stuff, and this too. So we got some plugs that we got to be careful with and put somewhere safe. What do we got there? One at a time.
Our favorite batteries.
I don't know if they're our favorite batteries.
Yeah, we use them for my drone.
Yeah, they're very nice.
Oh, there's more.
Okay, what else? You got a power cord. Is that a pretty drone?
Drone.
Oh, that's very nice.
Oh, and here's a scanning code thing.
Oh, yeah, that looks really nice. Is that the same motors as the other one? I think it is the same motors as the white and blue, it's just a different color. It's like the Dark Knight. Oh, thank you for your help. Everyone claps for Amy.
Subscribe and smash the like button.
How? How are they going to smash the like button? Show them how to smash it. No, wow, amazing. Don't want to mess with her. What do we have here? Orders and product support. Very nice. I don't need any of that. I'm the one supporting you. In return for that support, you can be my Patreon. It's not going to be able to fly right away, but I want to see if it's going to connect to my HDZero goggles. I have analog too, so I can just actually, what I can do is I can actually just go boom, so I can take my analog off. And just with this 3D print, see it? Now these are HDZero goggles. Okay. I'll be so happy if the video just works and I don't have to update anything. Before, I used to always want everything on the latest firmware and everything. Now I just want it to work. I have a good tune on my discus. That's all I need. Okay. This is the same camera as the other one had. Dun, dun, dun. Yo, what's up, it works, yay! So all we gotta do is put a binding phrase in there and we're gonna be good to go. Okay, let's maiden flight this bad boy. Right after the maiden flight, I'll give you my first impressions. Okay, indoor flight conclusions. I feel the weight. It's nice. It's still like controllable and stuff, but I just feel like I miss the analog. I think this is a great frame. Maybe lightening this up a bit would make it better. You know, putting the canopy. I like how strong this canopy is though, because I'm kind of a little scared of breaking the camera, and part of me wonders if my TPU canopy was a little bit too weak, and it's why the camera, because the camera doesn't show any signs of being broken on my other HDZero one, but it just doesn't work properly, so just a little bit scared of that now. Part of me just feels like it would be better off to just take this and put it into a discus and build an HDZero discus, and then just turn this into a regular analog build, just because I don't feel like I'm getting that much out of the HDZero system in this Whoop. I think that I have a hard time doing a split S with this inside. My main goal with this would probably be like indoor racing or something, and just indoor racing, this is not going to be that great, and then outdoor freestyle, like this isn't really going to be that great either, I don't think, because it's just the discus is going to be so much better than this. So I just can't. For a new person getting into Whoops, I think that anyone new getting into FPV, analog is the way to go. It's cheap, it's fun, and then from there, you once you get better at flying and destroying everything analog, then you can move to an HD system. And the only way that I think that you want to get HD right away as a beginner is if you're just a paranoid, careful flyer that's never going to be anything better than a smooth, you know, long distance flyer, or someone that doesn't do anything fun. So basically, if you're a grandpa, get the HD system. But if you're prone to disaster and you want to just go to town and have fun and not worry about breaking everything, to me, analog is the way to go. And this costs 2 times as much as the analog version does. So if I had to choose between one of these and 2 of the analogs, I think I would go with 2 of the analogs. And those are my thoughts right now. But let's go outside, let's fly it outside, and then tell you what I think. The other thing I noticed is, I don't know if before there was like a white shimmery outline around everything. I never really noticed that. I checked some other videos on YouTube and they don't seem to have that either. But this one seems to have like a shimmery white outline around the video. So, but it handles okay. Yeah, okay, let's go outside and then come back and do a little final conclusions.
Maybe I'm indecisive, maybe it's all too late. Maybe I'm just done fighting, maybe. Oh, maybe I'm indecisive, maybe it's all too late. Maybe I'm just done fighting, it's all too late. It's all too late, all too late. It's all too late. I can't seem to make up my mind about us. Make up this time for us. Make up my mind about us. Yeah.
happy news. I always wanted to go through a basketball hoop, and I did it twice to show it wasn't just a fluke. Amazing, amazing skills I have. So, final thoughts. It's fun. You know, most FPV is fun. I still think that the analog is more fun. I was only flying on 25 milliwatts, and we got like 2 minutes of ripping, so maybe 3 minutes for regular people flying. But it's just 2 minutes not enough. It leaves me wanting more. And that was kind of almost the same with the I first flew 2 550s, and then I flew 2 450s. And like when I was flying the analog, I was super impressed with the time because I was getting like, I think like 4-5 minutes flying. I don't really remember, but even like 3-4 minutes, it's really good. And with this, there's just enough battery to get through a race, but it's just the weight. You feel it when you're doing maneuvers and stuff. It falls down pretty fast, like it goes down fast, and you really gotta to have a good experience flying this. You almost have to you have to know how to fly because you have to overcompensate for all the. You're always throttling more, so it's nice to be able to kind of cut the throttle and catch the throttle and cut the throttle and catch the throttle all the time and give it a little bit more throttle. But with this, it's like when you really want to go, you got to give it almost 100%, and then you got to keep yourself on the throttle almost at like 30-40% the whole time you fly it, so that you can keep the momentum. Because if you kind of cut the throttle, it'll drop because it's too heavy, and it's fun. It's definitely fun. It just needs to last longer, and it can't last longer because everything just sucks the juice out of it. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to build an HDZero discus with it. Maybe I think it takes up to 3S, so I'm going to do a 3S HDZero discus. If you didn't watch the 75mm analog review, you should go watch that because you'll see kind of how different it is. And I have the full review, and it'll be on one side at the end of this video, and I have just the flight footage on the other side. If you just want to see how the analog flies, you can check out the flight footage. Other thoughts. It took a beating because it went through all that cement, and it did jam up the motors a little bit. Thoughts on the motors? I feel like the motors, just one sec. I feel like, yeah, the motors. Unfortunately, the motors on the beta are not as thick as the ones on the Happy model. I do feel like this motor is constructed a little bit better. I feel like these, but they're not as powerful. But they felt good. I don't know. The HDZero on 75mm, the Happy model one, it did feel like it flew better. This just feels a little bit heavy. Maybe with some modifications it would fly a lot better, like taking out all the motor plugs, sticking it on a lighter canopy. But to me, what I'm planning to do with this is use it as a backup analog. So I got all these motors. One of the motors isn't working on my analog one, so I'm going to find out if it's the ESC or the motor. And I'm going to use these as parts to build more analogs of these because I love it. And then, like I said, we're going to take this HDZero and we're going to build a 3S discus HDZero. So that'll be exciting. We just got our order in literally today. Like, I'm just about to go fly, and I had this box outside, so Happy Model delivered on my order. So everyone that's like ordered stuff from me, you can come and get your stuff. And yeah, basically it's tricky because you guys are in the States and I'm in Canada. The good thing is paying Canadian prices is cheaper. The bad thing is to ship it across the border is a bit of a pain in the butt. I'm going to be doing very soon for you guys a video where I build. I'm gonna do the full build video how you can take a Crux 35 and put it onto the Great Discus. I have frames now, and now I have some analog Cruxes, so I can do the builds for you. So you can do I'm going to do a whole video about that, but we're going to have do-it-yourself kits where you can buy the Crux 35 and the Discus and the prints, so you'll be able to tell me what camera you're planning to put on it, or if you're planning to just port the discus right over to it. But basically the way to do this is get the Crux 35, fly it till it's dead, till you smash the frame, and then watch my video and port it all over onto the discus. So you can take your sad Crux 35 and put it onto a happy discus. The last part that I have to design is the bumpers for the motors. So I got to design those bumpers. I'm going to design some different angled camera mounts. For all the nano cams, I'm going to have different angled mounts. The discus is going to be around for a while. I've spent years making it perfect, and it's a beautiful, beautiful drone. I'll talk more about it in another video because here we were focusing on this. So go check out the Analog 75 video and subscribe to have all my findings on Whoops, which is going to come soon, and to stay notified and see. I'm testing out the Mobula DJI-03, so I'm back to digital. I'm going to fly it till I destroy it. Maybe I'll try not to destroy it. But you see how I test things out. I don't go gentle. I want to see what it can do. And to me, that's what FPV is. FPV is not... Like, it's different for every person. Some people want to go and explore and be gentle. I want to attack the air. I want to go do flips and not be limited by my equipment. I want to be able to have the equipment that outperforms me. Like, if most of us were put into an F1 car, the equipment would outperform us. So for me, FPV, I want to have something that outperforms me. I don't want to feel like I'm taking something and pushing it to its limit. Yes, okay. Oh, here you can see all the damage that has happened. We got scuffed a little bit. Why is it not focusing? Let's put it up against the white, okay? There we go, so you can see. We scuffed it up a little bit. More ISO. Okay, so you can see, scuffed it up a bit, hurt the motors a bit, scraped it up. Oh, and over here, I scraped off the power leads a bit, but it held up pretty good to all the gravel. Yep. We are unboxing the Meteor